It's been a month since the release of Gemini 2.0 Flash, and we've all seen its incredible capabilities in coding, multimodal processing, advanced math, and so much more. But what if you could take this even further by pairing the Gemini 2.0 Flash with another powerful Google product? And this is where I would like to introduce to Project IDX. Project IDX is a free cloud-based AI editor that is accessible to anyone through the web. It is an excellent alternative to tools like Cursor, Bolt, and Windsurf, which is going to be offering advanced functionalities completely for free. And now you can also combine it with the Gemini 2.0 Flash to create one of the most ideal coding workflows. So stick around to see how you can effortlessly create full stack applications using Project IDX and Gemini 2.0 Flash. Alright, so let's get started. In order to access the Project IDX, you have to go to the URL idx.dev. I'm going to add its link in the description below. Firstly, I'm going to quickly go through at what Project IDX is for the people who don't know anything about it. But if you want to get detailed information about it, you can watch the video on Project IDX available on our YouTube channel. So the Project IDX is actually a cloud-based development environment, and it is designed to simply build, ship, and manage full-stack multi-platform applications. And the best part about this is that you can easily access it using your web browser, and it also provides an AI-powered coding assistant just like you would get in Windsurf, Cursor, or in Bolt. It also provides you the ability to instantly access many of these different frameworks completely for free, even the Flutter, which is great. And in addition to this, it also provides you the access to a wide variety of tools like Git, as well as the ability to have Docker initialized within the IDX. So that's why I definitely recommend that you try it out because it is completely free and it allows you to access many of the other Gemini models for free as well. And Project IDX practically has every single feature that the other code generators or code environments have. But out of all of these features, in this video, we are going to focus on the interactive chat feature provided by the Project IDX that allows you to access the Gemini 2.0 Flash model right inside it. It allows you to execute various commands with a really powerful model. You also have the ability to have this AI chat go further by having it run terminal commands. You can have it run the tools, automate certain sort of generations, and so much more. So let's see how you can actually do that. In order to get started, you have to move to this page that shows you all the available frameworks, and out of all of this, from here, if I click on see all templates, it is going to provide me all the templates that are available. So we have the template for the web app, for the backend, mobile, AI and machine learning, databases, and some other templates. So I want to create a web app, and out of all of these frameworks, I'm gonna go with Next.js. Here you have to provide a name to your workspace. I'm gonna call it test. Then you have to select the language, either JavaScript or TypeScript. I'm gonna go with the TypeScript. And you also have the option to use different project structure. I'm gonna go with use Tailwind and click on create. It is gonna take some time in order to create your workspace with the template project. And once the workspace is created, you will see some dummy code inside the template, and all the different commands in order to resolve all the dependencies will be executed. So now we have a basic Next.js application template, but we actually want to use Gemini with the project IDX. So there are a few ways of doing so for which you want to make the changes. Right click it, and all the way down you will see the option for the Gemini. Here you have the option to start it in the editor, explain the selected code, add comments, or do anything with the selected code. I'm going to click on do anything with the selected code. And now inside this inline text box, you have to provide your prompts. I'm going to say change the color scheme to blue and yellow. Once you hit enter, it will open the Gemini window for you. Simply click on the continue button and it will start making the changes. And then on the basis of the changes that you asked it to make, it has made the changes. You can expand the code to see the changes that it has made. And now it is saying that Gemini wants to update a file. So if you are happy with the changes, simply click on update file. And you can see that it is writing to the file and has changed the color scheme to blue and yellow in the index.tsx file. Now if I move to the application preview, you can see that previously the color scheme was black and white, and now it has changed it to blue and yellow. And all of this was done by writing a single line of code. So this was one way of accessing the Gemini interactive chat. The second way is to access it using the keys. So in order to open the Gemini interactive chat, you have to press Ctrl Shift and space, and it is going to open Gemini right here, and here you can provide any prompt that you want. So you can use the interactive chat feature in order to perform any operation that you want. You can either generate full stack applications using it, You can make changes to your code, you can add some code chunk, you can resolve the dependencies for your project, and you can also ask it to generate the test cases for you. So firstly, I'm gonna see if it is able to generate a small code snippet or not. For that, I'm gonna create a new chat, and here I'm gonna ask it to create a next.js component that displays a list of items. Once I hit enter, you can see that it is thinking, and within a few seconds it has provided me the code. So now it is saying that it wants to create a file. I'm gonna allow it. Now it is writing the code to the file. So here it has not only generated the code for us, it has also created a new file called the itemlist.tsx. So now if you want to make any other changes to this code or to any other file, let's say here I have the index.tsx file, I'm gonna select it and I want to say explain the selected code. So now here in the new window, it has started providing us an explanation for all the different chunks of the code. So now for the second example, I'm going to create out of the templates, I want to use the web app, and then the framework is going to be React. So here is the workspace with a template for a React app. So now once again, I'm going to open the interactive chat using the Gemini by pressing the keys Control Shift Spacebar. So now I'm going to show you how you can create complete full stack applications using it. For that, I'm going to ask it to create a simple to-do list application in React with add, edit, and delete functionality. Once you run it, it will start thinking. And within a few seconds, it has generated the code for the entire application for us. And now it is asking the permission to create the file. I'm going to give it the permission. Now it is writing the code to the file. And here I have a new file called to-do-list.jsx. Now it is asking us the permission to update a file. To add the dependency, I'm going to click on update file. And here it is saying that I've created the to-do list.jsx component with the requested to-do list functionality and updated the app.jsx to render it. So here is my app.jsx file. If I scroll down, you can see that here I have a basic to-do list application. So I'm going to say work on app, click on the add button, and it is going to add it inside my to-do list. I can also edit it, work on app for web, and then save it, and the new changes will be updated. Similarly, you can add a few more different elements to the list, and the list will start increasing, and you can always go ahead and edit and delete any of these tasks. So now, in order to remove any changes from the file, you can also do that using the interactive chat feature. You simply have to ask it to remove the changes made in the app.jsx file, and everything that it has added inside the app.js file will be removed by simply clicking on the update file button. So now if I go to the web view, reload it, and scroll all the way down, you will see now we do not have any to-do list application. So this means that in addition to creating and adding code snippets inside any file using the interactive chat, you can also use it to delete any code snippet or move to any previous version of the code. So now I'm going to ask it for another application. I'm going to say build a React application that fetches and displays the weather data using the OpenWeather API. Once you run it, it will start thinking, and within a few seconds, it will generate the code for you and will ask it to create a file for it. Once you click on create file, it will write the code to the file and then will ask for your permission to add its information inside the app.jsx file. So in order to do that, simply click on the update file button and all the changes will be incorporated inside the app.js file. So it has added the weather app.js component in the app.jsx, and it has also added the error handling and styling, and it has also provided us that we need to add the OpenWeather API key inside the weather app.jsx to make it work. So this is the place where we want to enter the API key. So simply go to the OpenWeather map API, generate an API key and paste it right here in order to make it work. So after adding the API key, I'm gonna head to the web view, reload the page again, and this is how the application looks like. So now inside the search box, you simply have to provide the city name. So if I say New York right here, click on the get weather button, it is going to move to the OpenWeather map using the API and is going to fetch the real-time weather updates for the New York. So currently the temperature is minus 5.43 degrees Celsius. The description is clear sky and there is 60% humidity. So in this way, you can see that just by providing it a single prompt and by making a few clicks, we were able to create a fully functional weather app within a few seconds. So the application's functionality is spot on, but the interface is really basic. So let's try improving the interface using the interactive app. For that, I'm going to ask it. So I'm going to say the user interface is really plain and boring. Make it colorful, interactive, and responsive. So it will start working on our prompt, and within a few seconds it has made changes to our file. So it wants to update the app.css file. Simply click on the update file button, and it is going to write the new code inside the app.css file. And now head to the web view in order to preview the application. Okay, so it is not actually providing us the correct image according to our application. It is just providing us random images. So you can always go ahead and manually change the code in order to make the interface a bit better. So now I've tried making the interface a bit better. Once again, I've asked it to place all the weather info in a card. Here is the updated code. Let's view it. Okay, so it has added the weather updates inside a card. This seems a bit more better and a bit more readable. So now I've created a basic fitness app that allows you to enter your calories, your heart rate, and the steps. Add the feature to show the daily calories in a line chart. And once you run it, it will generate the code in order to add this new feature to the already existing application. Simply click on update file button, and it has added the new component called daily calories chart to the app. Let's view it. So here inside the web view, I was getting an error. So I head back to the Gemini, asked it to resolve the error. So on the basis of this prompt, it asked it that it wants to run a command npm install react chart.js. Once I allowed it, it has run this command inside the terminal and has resolved the errors. Now let's head back to the web and run it. So now let's go ahead and add some information. So I'm gonna say 1500 calories, the heart rate is 98, and the steps are 3000. Click on the log matrix button, and it is going to log all the information and is also going to display us the chart showing the daily calories. So in this way, you can use the interactive chat feature provided by the Project IDX in order to use the amazing Gemini 2.0 Flash model within the Project IDX, that too absolutely free. And it is a great competitor for the tools like Cursor AI, Bold.mu, and Windsurf because it provides all the features which all of those code generators provide. So I'll highly encourage all of you to try it out for yourself and let me know in the comments what you think about it. But that's all for this video. Thanks for watching.